love that image. That image is awesome. Hey, everybody. Erik here. My first Facebook Live. I'm here with a good buddy of mine, Adam, Mr. Century City, here to promote and do an interview for my book that just recently came out called One in a Million, The Great Ways to Select a Good Real Estate Agent for You. And it's a topic that's really kind of near and dear to my heart. If you've tracked me at all on Facebook over the past week or two, I've done a lot of kind of cool PR. I've got some good testimonials going on. I've got a number of different folks that have commented, so thank you for all of that. We're about to go live on this interview here in Beverly Hills, which is pretty cool, and I'm getting awfully excited. William, so great to see you. Thanks, buddy, for jumping on. I'll have to make sure to get you a copy at some point, and then thanks for the congrats. One of the coolest things about the book is I'm not even taking any proceeds. I'm taking all of this, all the money that comes from the book, and dumping it into local charities. Hey, Erik, what's going on, buddy? Good to connect as always. Sorry I wasn't able to go to the Viking game as we spoke of, but hopefully I can make it up by having you read this great book. And thank you for letting me know that you got a copy. That's awesome. But as I was saying, all the proceeds are going to local charities that are kind of near and dear to my heart. Obviously housing, and then also education. And so we're just kind of moments away from going live on this interview. And I've got some great, really cool PR. Hey, Sharouz. Great to see you, buddy. I did not see you at the last Karma event, but looking forward to seeing you at the next one. A really good example. Hey, Jay Andrew, nice to connect. I need to get you a copy of this for sure, and you're going to have to fill me in on how the Lil conference was. Jay, Andrew, and myself had attended a luxury conference in Puerto Rico together. And this is a really kind of genesis had come from a lot of those experiences of hanging out with really great other agents and finding all the things that we have shared when someone makes a really large decision like buying or selling a home. So thanks everyone for tuning in. We're about to go live in a couple of seconds, so I just wanted to give a shout out of a hello. Thanks for taking a good read. I've got this on my website, which is erikrBrown.com. It's all over my Facebook page. That's Erik with a K, Brown like the color, R is my middle initial. So feel free to visit my website and check out the book. I've got some excerpts. We've got a couple of testimonials already and some cool publicity that we've done and more to come. So track my Facebook page. Thanks, guys.
I'm going to try and move that to the corner.
Yeah, I'm going to slide this over.
I just want to get out of the camera.
And then we're about to go on this camera. And Jay Andrew, I did just get your Facebook post. Thank you. Yes, I just mentioned my website. That's a good spot that you can see the book where it's connected. So here is the title. Thanks. Yeah, so we're about to go live with this. So if anyone's interested, feel free to watch the interview as Mr. Century City himself, which is a suburb right next to Beverly Hills. And I will talk a little bit about the book, why writing it, and rolling right along. So thanks, everyone.
You want to move your chair so that you can't see it? You just got it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're good.
And you keep on talking. Keep on
sure.
Say whatever you want. You can see how it looks.
So it's if you, and it's a little, let me flip this over. Public speaking is an interesting animal, jumping into it, and I've always really enjoyed it. And so you'll get to see Adam and I riff a little bit, who's also great on camera.
I don't know if I'd say all that, but we're gonna see. All right, we're gonna see. It's been we have our good days and we have our bad, don't we? All right, let's take a look. Make sure we're kind of lined up in there. Maybe move over just a slight bit in the camera.
Sure.
There we go. All right. So let's see. How do we look? Everything's good. All right. Wonderful. Hey everyone, I am really excited. Today I have with me Erik Brown, and Erik Brown has just written this book that I promise it is one you want to read. It is going to teach you, well, I'm going to let Erik tell you what it's going to teach you about, but you do not want to miss this. So Erik, thank you for jumping on this show. I really appreciate it. I've been wanting to get you on here for a long time.
Absolutely, brother. Glad to be here.
Fantastic. So 1 in a million sold. I mean, I know you, and I've known Erik for quite some time now, and I know he does quality work as a realtor. But when he told me he was coming out with a book, I said, okay, so why is my first question. So Erik, I just have to ask you the question. You know, there's a lot of books out there on real estate. Why this one?
Yeah, a greater give back is basically the big thing. We help people in our profession, and yours too, making massive financial decisions when they buy or sell a home, and being able to put them in a position for success has always been paramount in the way that I do my career and my work. When you work with an individual client one at a time, it's great. When you can give back to the masses in a way based on your body of work and your experiences, it's even more gratifying.
Oh, that's wonderful. So 1 in a million sold, what's it about?
So the book, unlike many other real estate books, I've seen plenty of them that are written about how to invest, how to flip, how to buy rental property.
Yeah, well, I think we've had enough of those.
It's
There's a lot of them.
Right. How to even become a great real estate agent. I have yet to find a book that teaches someone how to find a good real estate agent. There's 1.5 million of us just here nationally, not even globally. And I can say that all of them are probably not as good as the average bear that could be once they've taken some extra steps. I wrote this book for someone to be able to have a how-to on finding a great agent to make that big decision.
So give me one tip from the book. What's one good tip from the book?
Absolutely.
If there's that magic bullet, I know there's not one tip. I mean, we have, there's well over 150 pages here, so I know you're not going to get it in one tip. Let me have it.
The one tip is to be able to find someone that understands your wants and needs. It sounds so easy, but most agents are going to think about that commission check. They're not going to be thinking about being an advisor, being someone that's in your corner, being able to help you with life decisions. Buying or selling a home isn't a product, it's a lifestyle choice. So finding that person that understands wants and needs, worth their weight in gold.
Wow. So understanding wants and needs. I mean, that really comes down to how it works in a lot of professions. So to hear you make that parallel, I've never sold real estate, but it sounds to me like it's the same thing. If we're talking about a needs assessment and really making that connection with a client, that's the core of it all. Is that right?
Absolutely. Spot on.
Oh, wonderful. So how long have you been in the business?
It's going to make me feel really old, but pushing 17 years now.
17 years. No, that's really interesting, because so what that means is you've been through more than one cycles in your career.
Yeah. So I've now seen probably 3 really heavy ones and about to roll into inevitably the 4th.
So let's talk a little bit more about that 4th. So if we're saying timing for your book, I mean 17 years, you've never written a book. What's different about today? What's different about this period of time we're living in?
Yeah, that's a phenomenal question. So as of right now, we have 79 million baby boomers that are born in the 40s to the 60s, and they're starting to look at downsizing or assisted living or even unfortunately passing away. And right behind them, we have 83 million millennials, even larger than the boomers, which was the largest generation to date. So think of this shift in what that's going to do with housing, with economics, with politics, with everything. And that shift, nobody has a crystal ball, but we're about to experience something in real estate that we haven't experienced before.
Wow, so might be a good time to be in your business, it sounds like.
Absolutely. Always volatile, always volatile. But and again, this is a perfect example of finding someone that has experienced those markets, that will understand those shifts and put someone in the right position to be successful, not just now, but years from now.
Yeah, no, I get it. And I think your profession and mine, they parallel each other a lot. So I can imagine, the 2002 crash or the housing scare in 2008, all these things play into how a person, or in our case, a client, is going to live out the rest of their days.
100%. Absolutely.
Wonderful. So where can people find you? I mean, this is your shameless plug part. I want you to look into the camera, tell people what you do, tell them where they can find you, tell them what areas you serve.
Absolutely. So my office is in Beverly Hills, so the greater Beverly Hills, Century City, Los Angeles area is our primary bucket. And I say our, I have a team of agents that are with me. I still do have an office in the Minneapolis area in the Midwest in Minnesota. And our book is obviously national, so please feel free to pick up a copy of this. I'm not taking any proceeds from the book. All proceeds are going back to charitable causes that are near and dear to my heart, both in education and in housing. And you can find those on my website, which is erikrBrown.com. Erik is with a K, Brown like the color.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming on Century City Headliners today. If you're watching this for the first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and have a wonderful day. Good stuff, dude.
And there it was, everybody. Hey, Frank Anthony and Adam, good to see you on. Olivier, nice to see you. I owe Andrea an email back, and I want to know when next you are coming into California, because I would love to still look at some rehab properties with you. One of my teammates has popped on, Bruce. Bruce, good to see you. Bruce and I have got copies of this book at any point if you want them. Bruce is probably being much more diligent than me in working with some of our clients at the moment, which is great. And so we've got some solid folks on. Hey, Rita, thanks so much for joining.
That's awesome. Dude.
I just gave an interview with my man here, Adam Torres.
Yes,
I'll give a quick shout.
We will have that up within the week, so I'm really excited. Always happy to help Erik with his initiatives. He does great work.
Hey, thanks all. So one last plug. Please take a look at this book. It's on my website. All proceeds are going to charity. And if you ever have a real estate question, I tried to solve it here. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll touch base again soon.